They had me where there was nothing I could do.
A trip to the emergency room ending in the courtroom. Why would a hospital sue its own patients?
We know that millions of Americans are struggling to pay their medical bills, but it turns out even those who haven't reached that financial breaking point could still end up in court.
NBC Connecticut investigator Dan Corcoran looks at some of the tactics some hospitals are using to get patients to pay up.
Kathleen Quater's 3-year legal battle with Danbury Hospital all started in October 2016 with a phone call from her teenage daughter.
She called me up and she said, "Mom, I had an accident."
Emily was involved in a rollover crash. At first, she didn't want to go to the hospital, but her mom insisted.
They ran some tests. They did a CAT scan, made sure that, she was okay.
Kathleen initially gave the hospital her car insurance information. She says almost a year went by before she learned the claim was rejected. At that point, Kathleen says she provided her medical insurance. The next time she heard from the hospital, it was to notify her she was being sued for more than $6,600.
When you first heard that you were going to be sued, what went through your mind?
Truthfully, I thought, you know what, this is a mistake.
Kathleen's insurance company rejected the new claim because it was not filed within 90 days of treatment. She admits she made a mistake submitting the wrong kind of insurance at the outset, but she says she was never trying to avoid payment. And Kathleen's not alone. Data analyzed by researchers at the Yukon Health Disparities Institute show Danbury Hospital has filed suits against thousands of its patients.
It's impossible not to notice.
Dr. Victor Villagra and his team looked at small claims cases filed by 28 acute care hospitals in Connecticut. In 2015 and 2016, nearly half of those cases were brought by Danbury Hospital.
It has to be hospital practice because you have 27 other hospitals that are nowhere of that level of activity.
His research shows 99% of the time, the court rules in the hospital's favor.
It was very intimidating because I was sitting across from someone who is an attorney.
After the first hearing, the hospital offered to settle for $5,500. Kathleen didn't believe she should have to pay anything and asked for help from the Connecticut Insurance Department, which ultimately directed Kathleen's provider to pay the claim. Danbury Hospital received that payment and dropped the suit.
I felt amazing.
We reached out to Nuvance Health, which runs Danbury Hospital, about what Dr. Villagra found. A spokesperson tells NBC Connecticut Investigates court filings are only utilized as a last resort, that they come only after months and even years of outreach goes ignored. The hospital, however, acknowledges the report, quote, has identified that our practices need to be modernized and that it's begun to make those changes. At the same time, the Connecticut Office of Health Strategy has said that it is reviewing Danbury Hospital's collection practices. We'll keep you posted on any findings there. I'm Dan Corcoran, NBC Connecticut Investigates.